DeSean Jackson, this is the beauty of Twitter. It's basically, essentially, a press release microphone. DeSean Jackson's reaction to the signing, he just tweeted out, "Congrats to my big bro, 21 Nnamdi Asomugha for becoming an Eagle," and then hashtag Cal. You know, they both are Cal Bears.
Cal Bears.
So DeSean's all hunky-dory, Warren.
I just want DeSean Jackson to do something for me. Stop the 140 character goodwill to your team. Go report to your team. Don't sit at home. $30,000 a day is not enough. Show the Philadelphia Eagles how dangerous they are with you, and that goes a lot better than 140 characters tweeting talking about some congratulations on being an Eagle. You're not with your ball club now, young man. Go to your ball club. Show them your true value.
Business, Warren, I've always said, you know, it's important to be in camp.
Yes.
But business is about opportunity, and negotiation is about leverage.
But I don't understand
right now,
what the leverage is, though, Michael. Michael, what's the leverage if he has to report by mid-August to accrue a free agency year? There is no leverage anymore for players in this situation.
Let me tell you the leverage. Let me give you the leverage.
Please.
Let me give it to you. Right now, Philadelphia is pitching all in. You guys just said this. What are they pitching all in for? To win a Super Bowl. You think it's going to happen without DeSean Jackson? The answer is no. When you see somebody pitching all in, that's leverage. He is the final piece now. Because everybody, we got the final piece. No, you don't. Nnamdi is a piece, but the final piece sits at home, and he's DeSean Jackson. And I don't want to hear about Michael Vick will do well or Michael Vick will do fine without DeSean Jackson. If that field condenses down like this, no, he will not.
I hear you, Michael.
No, he will not.
Michael, I absolutely understand what DeSean Jackson's value is. Hold on a minute. I totally agree with you what DeSean Jackson's value is, and I believe he is underpaid. He clearly is, outperformed his contract. But if I may remind what time it is, this is the scoop in the new CBA, $30,000 a day. Now, you could sit there and say he'll make it back on whatever new deal he may get. But the bottom line is, if he doesn't report by August 11th or 12th, whichever the day is, he's not becoming a free agent after this year. He's becoming a free agent after 2 years. This is it. There is no more leverage. I don't understand what the point would be in holding out. Maybe you just play a couple of preseason games without your teammates to prove to everybody what your value is, and a team's going to pay you based off of that. I don't get it. I don't understand in the new world of the new CBA how this works.
Help you, Rich. Let me help you, Rich.
Please.
And that's what I'm here for.
Thank you.
You're looking at it from one perspective. I'm not saying your point of view is not a point of view, but you need to widen and broaden your horizon to see other points of views. DeSean Jackson has come up the old-fashioned way in Philadelphia, not the great way that Nnamdi's coming in from nowhere getting a whole bunch of money. You know, DeSean Jackson has brought himself up, ground up. And when you got somebody ground up that works hard and shows up and he's there, you have to worry about how the rest of your team receives you not taking care of him and taking care of Nnamdi. That's the big picture. It's all that's leverage too.
I understand.
Because they're building something here for the future.
Michael,
all of that is leverage.
Michael, I hear you.
Yes.
I hear you. Last year at this point, Santonio Holmes had no leverage because of what was going on in his career. He made an opportunity with the Jets. He became an unrestricted free agent because that is what the time of his contract said, and he just killed it. He's signing one of the richest contracts of this free agency period. If DeSean Jackson reports and he crushes it this year, he will be in the same position as Santonio Holmes is now. He will be in that position next year, and he will be able to tell Andy Reid and everybody, bye-bye, I'm out of here, and I am making my coin. That's all I'm saying. That's
Well, let me give you another,
world.
Rich. Here again, Rich. Let me give you another, since you brought up Santonio Holmes, brought up one of my deciduous brothers. Let me give you another one of my deciduous brothers and give you some history, if you will. Take this. What about my young man in Green Bay? He held out, and then they said, well, why don't you come on in and earn your money?
Javon Walker, and then he blew out his knee. I see what you're saying.
Will you remember? Wait. This is my time. We had your time.
No, it's Javon Walker. I remember. I remember what you're saying.
Here it is. Javon Walker. What did he say? Javon Walker was making $400,000. Brett had a $100 million contract, $100 million. He should have shut up and let Javon do his business. Javon said, "Okay, Brett's telling me to come back." I'm on the phone with Javon. He was hurt. He came into camp. What happened? Blew out his knee. Did Brett Favre say anything about giving him some of that $100 million? No, he did not. And that's why DeSean Jackson's doing business. You got to let him do business. If Philadelphia smart, this is not T.O. This is something you better get done, or you're messing with the team. And they are smart. That's what we just talked about, and they will work that out. But to your point, Rich, to your point, you remember the one Javon Walker? When you bring up Holmes, I'm bringing up Walker.
No, I know, and I will, if we might as well continue this because here you go. Javon Walker, in that day, Javon Walker had the leverage of being able to hold out 10 regular season games and still be able to return and accrue a year towards free agency. That is no longer an option for somebody like DeSean Jackson. He must report within a matter of days, not weeks or months. And Javon Walker had the ability to give leverage, saying, "Okay, Green Bay, you have to now go try and win games, regular season games without me." DeSean Jackson does not have that ability unless he wants to be in this same position next year. That's all I'm saying. I don't understand the point of holding out. I do believe he has every right to be paid. He has every right to be paid.
Rich, at least right now, if you are not hearing what you need from the organization, right now, this is what he has to do to show how serious he is. Now, what you're hoping right now, what I believe is happening right now, well, once these guys finish with Nomney, they'll turn their attention to DeSean. And they'll tell him, "Come in here, man, and get working, and we'll get your deal done." In the words from a man like Andy Reid and the guys over there, that to DeSean will get him in, and hopefully they'll get it done. He's smart enough to say, right now, I need you guys to declare before I declare, and that's what he's doing.
Ocho 2.0 has arrived.
Ooh, I'm afraid of you, Rich.
Michael Irvin. I'm saying this is going to be a match made. This is going to work. I'm telling you. That's at least my belief. I think it's going to work. That there's going to be a little bit of the Ocho idiosyncrasies that come out that will be found endearing by people in New England, and he's going to catch touchdowns, and this is going to work. That's my belief. What's yours?
He is. Let's give Ochocinco credit here for what he's done. He kept us interested in Cincinnati for years when there was absolutely nothing there to be interested in. He now goes to an elite quarterback for the first time in his career. Let me repeat this again. Ochocinco now gets an opportunity to play with an elite quarterback in this league for the first time in his career. The bite that you guys showed about Coach Belichick coming up to him, I'll tell you what that means. It means everything. You know, Al Davis did the same thing to me one day when we were getting ready to scrimmage the Oakland Raiders. I sat and I couldn't wait to one day, because you know in business, somebody's going to cut you in this business. I was ready to go to the Raiders. I'm telling you, since he made that comment, Belichick, Ocho's been waiting to go to New England, and he will show up and play well. I agree with you, Rich. This thing will work out well.
Mike, at 33 years old habits, a brand new system, and a system that is precise and ain't no cutting no corners. Ain't no cutting no corners. You must be on your route, be able to be cerebral enough to read the coverages, and then be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. You see all this coming together in this shorter period of time.
Yeah, let me tell you why here. And what we don't do a lot of is give credit to the coaches that really know how to put players in position to win, like Bill Belichick. Belichick understands this. You know what you just said is absolutely true. I'm not questioning your veracity. I concur with that same conclusion. But he will take that. Look at Randy Moss. Randy Moss did this, dog. He didn't run routes. He did this. And he incorporated this into the NFL. That's what Bill Belichick does. I've never seen anybody at wide receiver, hard as I'm working on precision routes. This man, and he made it work. That's what this guy does. That's what they didn't do in Cincinnati. That's what they can't do in Cincinnati. That's what they didn't do in Tennessee. That's why Michael Vick is working over in Philadelphia. That's why Vince Young will have a better year in Philadelphia with Andy Reid, with guys that know how to use talent. I'm just telling you, this is what he can do.
Well, there is going to be, as much as I think it's going to work out in New England, there is going to be something that's not going to work out, Michael. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you just name like 3, 4, 5 different things where it's all going to be coming up.
Hunky-dory. Every day is Christmas in Michael Irvin world.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you what I'm talking about then. Vince Young may not go and start. I'm sure that's where you were because I'm talking about Michael Vick's doing well there. Vince Young may not go and start, but we need to give Andy Reid credit for the knowledge he's put inside of Michael Vick's head. Now Michael Vick's natural ability with the knowledge Andy Reid has of offense is not just being able to talk about it, but being able to teach it. Brilliance is not just about me having knowledge. It's about my ability to give it. Andy Reid can give it. Obviously, people in Tennessee could not. Obviously, people in Cincinnati could not. And those two coaches, Andy Reid, guys like Bill Belichick, they take players like this because they understand games and they understand people. And they bring the best out of people, and they put them in the best position to win. That's the difference. We like to get on the guys and they give all the coaches and the organization passes, but they need to get the right people in camp. Not just understand football, because football is not played on Madden. It's not played with robots. It's played with people. Understand people. You can do something like you're seeing Andy Reid do in Philadelphia, Bill Belichick doing in New England.